Hey everybody, I'm Lewis,
I'm Jess.
and we back. We got the little mic, so
Yeah.
yeah, we holding today. Rage of Dragons, Rage of Dragons, The Rage of Dragons, Fire, Fire. I liked it.
You liked it?
I loved it. I loved it.
I did good.
You did great. You did great. You did
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
This was a great story. This was a great story. You was right.
I
Like in the beginning, just on the battlefield when everything broke off. I had a hard time trying to keep up with what was going on. I was like overstimulated. Like I guess that's what you would call
explain
it.
that you listened to the audio.
Okay, yeah, I listened to the audio and first of all, the what is it, a narrator? Is that what they call the
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the narrator. It was a different, I guess, dialect, so it was
The accent was throwing you off.
yeah, the accent. I had to get adjusted. So it was very different and unique, and the the dialect, the accent was fitting for the book. So
It was
it
very fitting
definitely
for the
worked.
book.
It
Yeah.
definitely worked. But my ears had to get adjusted, based off of what I was expecting. Um, but it was great. It was great. When the book first started and the battle, broke out, I'm trying to follow everything. And as you know, if you read this, the book is about a multitude of things, but
Right.
I was trying to follow what was going on. Just it's like watching a movie and the opening scene come on and the spears going everywhere, everybody falling, and you trying to like pinpoint like who is this story about? What's
That's
this movie about? That's exactly what was going on.
that's why I was trying to explain to you, like, hey, this happened before the main story.
Right,
This
right.
is to set you up and know the powers and know the queen that came before and the fact that she could summon the dragons and how that is kind of like a lost art type thing.
Mm,
And it played into how the book moves forward with some new characters.
okay. Yeah. I mean, you did explain that.
Yeah,
So what I'm understanding, like I said, I'm not new to reading, of course, but
yeah.
I'm new to the space and
In the genre.
what you mean.
Like, this is fantasy. This your first fantasy.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm new to the genre. Um, there's
Did you read another fantasy?
no.
No, this your first
This
fantasy.
is I mean, I keep going back to what I said, The Alchemist. It's not a
That's
fantasy.
not that's not a fantasy.
That's definitely not a fantasy.
I'm just trying to think of everything that happened in it. No, that's not a fantasy.
Okay. So anyway, just there's there's like there's an art to almost to reading. It's so
Right.
crazy. There's an art to it. You would think you would have to just read and you good, you're gonna get the story, you're gonna get the characters, but you have to be a trained reader to follow along with some of this stuff. So that's what I'm learning. And Rage of Dragons was one of those stories that kind of opened me up to that a little bit more and helped me understand that a little bit better. That it's a skill. So if you're an avid reader, I mean, really read, you read like 10 books a week, or you retaining all that information, you keeping up with the stories enough
Right.
to be able to do reviews. Respect to you, you know. Big respect, big respect. So I start there. Also, I wanted to say, just really quick, some books you can listen to, other books you have to actually have the physical copy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then some people they listen to the audio and actually read the book at the same time. So I understand that. So
Yeah.
from now on, when there's a lot going on, I know I need to grab the physical book so I can you know
I mean, for
follow along
me,
with it.
with this one, I started off reading it, and then which I enjoyed the opening scene reading it because I was like, dang, like is going down like this first page. But then
Yeah, what were you saying about the first, like? getting into the book and the
Oh,
first
okay.
pages?
So I read like the first couple of chapters, and then I went and listened to the audio for the sake of the names, because in fantasies, like most people be like, "Oh, I just gave him a new name," like I
Mm.
just call him Jim, I just call him John, like, cause it'll have some name like you've never seen, and you're like, I'm not really
Oh,
sure how
y'all
you
be
pronounce
doing
it.
that? Y'all just fill in, just do whatever y'all want to do?
Some people like,
Okay.
you saw that post where the girl was saying
Oh,
that the person was black all through the book,
yeah,
like,
like blonde hair, blue eyes, and you picturing a black person or
yes,
whatever
people do it
other.
all the time.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
Because Fourth Wing describes Zayden as a tawny skin colored
What
male.
is tiny? Educate me on tiny.
It's like black.
Okay, okay.
So,
I'm gonna use that. I'm tiny. I'm not.
but but no, what people were saying, oh no, he could be Middle Eastern, or he could be like picking other races that have like tannish colored skin,
Okay.
and saying, oh, that's he's supposed to be this. So I guess it's everybody say forget what the author say, is whatever
Whatever I
I
imagine.
decide and imagine
Yeah.
is.
Okay, I feel that.
But I
So if
kind of
you
did
can't
that.
pronounce the name, you just be like, okay, and then Jack ran across the beach,
Yeah,
even
and
though
then
it's
he got to be Jack the rest of the book so I
oh,
could keep
that's
keep
that.
up with the characters.
Okay, so that's the trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I listened to the audio, and then I was like, okay, tell, okay, this person, this person, okay, Bill.
Okay, let me ask you a question. This so educate me.
Okay.
Is listening to an audio considered reading if you're
Oh,
listening?
oh, oh, don't even get into that,
Don't
because
start that.
that is a huge debate on
Okay.
in the book community. It is definitely considered reading. Because first of all, think about this. There are people that aren't able to physically read because they're vision impaired.
Okay.
So their only form of reading a book is listening to an audio book. So you're gonna tell that person they not really reading because they listen to it. And if I can recite back the same thing and break down the book the same way you can break down the book, and you read it and I listened to it, is that not the same thing?
I mean, it is if it's the same story.
Exactly. So that
It's
answers your
reading.
questions. I
But why isn't it considered listening to a book?
I mean, it is listening to a book,
But you just said we're
but
reading the book.
I'm saying not in the like literal sense. I mean in the sense of
Bear with
I'm
me.
getting the information the same way you're getting the
Okay,
information.
readers that's
So
been
it
doing this,
counts.
bear with me. Bear with me.
So it counts if that's what you ask. And if you're asking if
Okay, yes, it counts.
audiobooks count as I read that book and I got the information the same way you read that book with your eyeballs and got the information.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, because I'm usually, reading the physical copies.
Yes.
So the audio, that I guess that was another reason it was kind of hard to follow in the beginning,
Yeah.
is because I'm not
You're not a
a
audio
audio
book.
listener, so audiobook listener. So
I can do both. I have moods. Like I'll go through a mood where I listen to audiobooks, and or I can do a mixture. Like one minute I'm like, I feel like having a book in my head, or I feel like reading my Kindle.
mm,
Like so, and sometimes I feel like I read faster than an audiobook. So I be like, this gonna take me too long. I need to get my Kindle and read it. Especially
okay,
on my Kindle. I feel like I read way faster on my Kindle than anything else.
okay,
Something about that quicker. Just get her done.
get her done. But yeah, the story. Spoiler alert: you got 10 seconds if you've never read The Rage of Dragons.
When
Timer starts now. One. Okay, so
look, how did you feel about Tao's developmental progression in this book?
um honestly, story wise, it was amazing. It was
That's what
amazing.
I want to hear.
It was amazing. I mean,
We was about to fight when you was talking about the first scene and you was saying it was hard for you to get. I'm like, wait a minute, not my favorite book. It's
it
what
was it was another book that you recommended to me that I like. It's kind of started not similar. The stories was different, but it just started out like firing at you, and I wasn't really crazy about it, but I have to go back and read it again. I know I have to read it again because a lot of people like this book. I'm not gonna mention it,
oh,
but she
okay,
know what I'm
okay.
talking about.
I
We
had to
gonna
think.
we
I'm
gonna
like,
do a
what?
breakdown on that too. But
We got to because that's my second
yeah,
favorite.
she loves the book, so we
Yeah,
gonna do a breakdown on that. But Tyle's story was a underdog story, and we all love a good underdog story. um, Being told that you are a quote unquote lesser, and
yeah.
then rising like a phoenix out of the ashes is everybody love that story. It's
Everybody.
the rose, out of the concrete. We love that story, and it was written so well. Like you gotta love this book. Um,
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, you recommended it your
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
One part of this book, I mean, I'm starting the second. Actually, I'm in the middle of the second one.
How you like it so far? You like
It's
it?
great. It's a great pickup. Like
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I really wish that when he went to the underworld that he could somehow take the powers and come back into the world and help some of the people who died in this book. Like I thought that was gonna happen at any moment, and it never did. And I was just heartbroken by a lot of the people that died that was close to
Mm.
him because he was already, he lost his dad, and then people who he started building those strong relationships with, he couldn't save them, and I know how that feel to just be out of reach or something like that. That's a really really
Yeah,
crazy feeling.
it
So
is.
I connected with that like crazy. But yeah, that was a passion point for me.
Okay. So
What was it?
what you rated?
No, no, no. What was a passion point for you?
Oh, um, passion point for me when I'm scared to say something because I read both of them and I'm trying to make sure
You're not going into the
that
other
I'm
one.
not pulling something from the second book.
Well, we already said spoiler alert. So,
But you haven't finished the second book, so if I say this
oh,
and you haven't
well, don't go
got
too
there,
far. What?
I don't know. It was so long ago when I read them. I'm putting it all together. I got the full picture now.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I got the
Don't ruin
full
it for me.
picture, like of the story.
What
So
do?
things that you are questioning, I know the answers to already.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay, okay. The fight scene.
oh
Before we
yeah,
move on,
that was the second one. That
the
was the second one that
the
I'm
the
thinking about.
fight scenes in this book was crazy. Like you can really imagine, as the author is laying this out, like laying the foundation out for you know, the fight ground or the scene,
Yeah.
all the way up to the where the spears and swords are swinging, and when people are
Oh,
getting impaled and all.
I got it.
Dude did a crazy job. What?
The scene where he fought the girl and he didn't realize they had girls that fight.
Oh, oh yeah, that was a passion point.
Yes,
Why?
because of how that scene played out, and she just would not give up. Like,
Oh yeah, oh
but
I know
he
what
didn't
you're
want
talking
to
about.
have to
Yeah,
unalive her, so he just kept like he
yeah,
like give up.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that was
Okay, okay. I can
okay.
see how that could be.
Now what do you rate it?
Oh, of course a 10. Come on now.
Oh, that's right. You got the 1 through 10
Come on
system.
now.
I'm like 10. Okay.
What you want, 100?
No, I told you we do five.
Why 5? Just to
I
be
don't
different.
know. I didn't make up the system.
Oh well, we do 10. We don't know why it's 5, but we do 10. It's 1 through 10.
We do 10.
We do 10. So I get it's a 10. Um, I give the artwork a 10. I give the narrator a 10.
You
Everything's a
gave
10 on
everything a
here.
10.
I give
Okay.
everything a 10.
All right.
What you give it?
Of course I give it a 10.
I thought you
Anybody
said
that
you
talk
only
about
do fives. So you give it a 5?
All right. That concludes our video, guys.
Oh, wait.
Until
I'm sorry. The giveaway
that's not for this.
is for the set.
That's not for this. This is YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube. Y'all gotta follow us on TikTok. Okay, that
Follow us on
concludes.
TikTok for that. But that concludes our video. I'm Jess.
I'm Lewis.
Bye.